Look, I think perfect is a pretty strong word to describe any situation in college football. However, after 4 games looking at Ohio State's quarterback, its defense, and its head coach, perfect is floating in the air pretty nicely and sounds pretty good going with those 3 things and how they've showed up this season for Ohio State. We're going to talk about those 3 things, how they're connected, how they look perfect. But first, I got a concerning email this morning. All it said was we haven't been paying enough attention to shares. We need to get 20 shares on the video or else. Don't quite know what or else means. Share the video. That's all I can say. Let's get those shares. Let's get it moving. I don't want to find out what or else means, so make sure you share this video today. We begin with the quarterback. Look, I admit the defense was so good Saturday for Ohio State that I kind of lost that storyline. The idea of Julian Sayin being on the road for the first time and passing another test, as I've said. He's been thrown out against Texas to start the season, other tough matchups, tasked with keeping things conservative and then trying to open things up. I think he passed another test Saturday. He looked really, really good against Washington. Tough environment. That team had won 22 straight games at home. It was loud there. It was a bit of a journey to get there, of course. They went early. And once again, it's your first road start. Looked really good. Looked really good. Maybe you say he looked perfect. I don't know. I don't know how much more you could ask of Julian Sayin in a game like this. First validation you get from it, obviously, is the numbers. The second comes from Ryan Day. He talked a little bit about Julian Sayin after the game. It just really a proud dad glow from Ryan Day, talking about Julian Sayin, what he said there. His first start ever at Ohio State was against Texas at home, who at the time was number 1. His first road start was a team that's won 22 straight games at home. So he's got composure, he's got poise, he trusts his read, he's got a bright future ahead. Again, just some proud dad speak, father figure coach speak from Ryan Day on Julian Sayin there. 4 games into the season, obviously feeling good about his quarterback. And if my Saturday couldn't get any better, look at this. Dave Portnoy, full-time Ohio State hater, giving it to Julian Sayin, having to say, man, he looks good. Yeah, he's taking hits. He's doing the right things. He's pinpoint passes all over the place to start the second half for Ohio State. Everything Sayin's gone through so far, he has found a way to number 1, win, to number 2, look good doing it, and to number 3, grow as a quarterback to get it done for this team time and time again so far, feeling like the perfect quarterback for this group. Want to hear from you guys. Grade Julian Sayin's season so far. We've kind of run polls and whatnot throughout. Sometimes you get C, sometimes you get A-, sometimes B+. Go ahead and leave it down in the comment section. This will be our pinned comment. Grade Julian Sayin's season so far. Sticking with Sayin for just one more second. Before the year, you wanted to know that you had your guy, right? The Buckeyes were still talented enough. Ryan Day wanted to continue winning and needs to continue winning. And then, of course, you have a Heisman candidate receiver. I think he's looking good for all 3 of those options. Buckeye fans, Ryan Day, even Jeremiah Smith, you got to be loving what Julian Sayin has done for you. He's gotten Smith the ball. He's looked good for Ryan Day. He's very likable and has looked good for Ohio State fans to kind of sit back and enjoy. We showed you this graphic Saturday a little bit. These are the Ohio State quarterback's first road starts. He outshined all 4 of these guys, looked even better than all 4 of these guys. I kind of use this as like, hey, Ryan Day will take care of him. He'll look good enough. He'll look good. I think if you look at his stats, he looks better than all 4 of those guys. 2 of them NFL quarterback starters. 4 are kind of in the NFL and were good enough college quarterbacks. I think Sayin showed up and showed out in another tough test. First road start, 22 straight wins Washington had. Sayin went in there, beat them, and looked good doing it. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, letting you know you and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the action this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. My favorite part about Prize Picks is it's simple to play. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. So if you want to pick more on Josh Allen's passing yards and rush yards and touchdowns, now you can pick all of them in the same lineup only on Prize Picks. Look at our stat projection for a little bit of Monday Night Football action. More on Justin Fields, that 188.5 passing yards. Got to go more there. Bo Nix, more on the longest rush, 11 and a half it's sitting at. And then Breece Hall, half a touchdown rushing and receiving. I love the rushing and receiving. Going more on that one. What you want to do now, download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. So Ohio State's defense, to go along with what Julian Sayin and the offense have done, you had some expectations for this group. You felt really good about the players that were coming back despite what they had lost. I said this Saturday, they are Superman for you. They make sure everything's covered, well set, that all you have to do is score a few times and you are going to win. This is a group that has not given up 10 points yet. The defense has exceeded my expectations, and the numbers to go along with it are incredible. Number one in scoring defense, they're only giving up 5.5 points per game. Number one in total touchdowns allowed, they've only given up 2 touchdowns. Number one in touchdowns allowed per game, you're basically hoping to get 1. And the yards per game, a little inflated just because of how things work, college football, levels and rises. They're 8 right now. 229.2 a game is incredible. Moving on, even more stats. I got more stats for you. They're giving up nothing in the red zone. You've got a 25% chance, essentially, scoring if you even get in the red zone against Ohio State. Haven't let it happen much. Only the 2 passing touchdowns, and they're only team in the country that has given up 0 rushing touchdowns so far this season. It's a really, really good defense. Really good defense. How would you describe Ohio State's defense this season? Give me one word. I'm using perfect. I like perfect. I think it sticks. I want to see what you guys think. Be sure to do that down in the comment section below. Yes, perfect is what I will say. I think it is not only the fact that Ohio State's defense goes out there and shuts down team after team after team. The number one scoring offense in the country Saturday only got the 6 points. So you're continuing to shut these teams down. But I think they're perfect not only because of how they shut teams down, but because of what it allows your offense to do. You may be a little confused about that. What do you mean by that? Buckeyes have a freshman quarterback. They're figuring things out with a freshman running back now, and they're still weeding through the best way to maximize their offense. That's tough to do when you're trying to win games. However, when you've got a defense shutting teams down, you have that ability to both grow and get a little bit of breathing room offensively game to game. Ryan Day talked about it after the game Saturday. I think it's something that will work on week to week, but when you have a defense that is playing the way it is right now, you can play with confidence knowing that you don't have to score every single possession. You can control the clock and play it. I wouldn't say more conservative, but you understand time, score, and situation. The defense itself makes you a title contender already. Now they've given you the opportunity to take it slow as an offense, as a redshirt freshman quarterback, as some other younger players on offense. The Buckeyes defense has given them something really, really special, not only making them contenders, but allowing them to grow and run, like Ryan Day said. I say conservative. You heard his terminology there. I think the defense has been absolutely perfect for what this team has needed to start the season. To go along with that defense is a perfect coach. Been a great year for Ryan Day. You guys know I hit on this last week. I hit on it pregame. You watch our shorts that we put out there on our Facebook. Really been hitting on how big of a year this has been for Ryan Day. They win the national title last year, and the talk immediately shifted to you're losing this, that, and the other. And Day's response this season has been incredible. How have you guys felt about it? What is your confidence level in Ryan Day as a head coach as of right now? Scale it for me, 1 to 10. As I was just kind of saying there, I think Ryan Day is beating the odds, right? Good chunk of your team and your team leadership walks away to the NFL last season and or graduates. You were then handed a redshirt freshman quarterback that hasn't made a start yet in college football. Then both your coordinators out, gone, offense and defense. One to the NFL, one to your Big Ten rival. How does he respond? Beats the odds. Your freshman quarterback has looked pretty good. I say freshman, redshirt freshman quarterback. We went through the stats. He's looked pretty good this season. You're 4-0 with Julian Sayin. Your defense got better. Yes, Matt Patricia gets a good chunk of the credit. But again, this is a coaching overall transition. Ryan Day hired that coach. Ryan Day made sure to get out there and get some portal guys to rearrange things, to work with Matt Patricia. Your defense looks better. That's incredible. And your coordinators are a really great fit. Matt Patricia's good on defense. I think Hartline has some growing to do offensively, but Ryan Day's bringing him along. So much has happened for Ohio State so far just to be 4-0. A lot of perfect unity between that quarterback, that coach, and that defense. I can't wait to see what's next.